Welcome back to Minds of Mystery. Today we travel deep into the cold, wooded heart of Vermont, to a place so strange, so cursed, locals say it swallows people whole. This is the Bennington Triangle, America's own Bermuda, a quiet region with a dark reputation and a chilling pattern of disappearances that defies explanation. The story of the Bennington Triangle begins in the shadow of Glastenbury Mountain in southwestern Vermont. Once a small logging town in the 1800s, Glastenbury was abandoned after a series of strange events: fires, lost workers, and mysterious deaths. The mountain's slopes became overgrown, silent, and almost completely uninhabited. Over time, locals began to speak of odd sounds echoing through the woods, strange lights moving in the sky, and an uneasy feeling that something in those forests was watching. By the 1940s, newspapers began to call this area the Bennington Triangle, a place where people simply disappeared. And the most chilling part? Each case happened almost exactly in the same 5-year window, between 1945 and 1950. The first to vanish was Mitty Rivers, a 74-year-old local hunting guide. On November 12, 1945, he led a small group of hunters into the mountains, a place he knew better than anyone. On their way back, just a short distance from camp, Rivers walked ahead of the group and was never seen again. Search teams combed the area for days. There were no tracks, no signs of struggle, no body. Only a single spent rifle cartridge was ever found. Lying near a stream, some claimed he fell into a hidden cave or sinkhole. Others believed something else took him, something waiting deep in the trees. 1 year later, on December 1st, 1946, the Bennington Triangle claimed its next victim, Paula Jean Weldon, a 19-year-old college student from Bennington College. Paula told her roommate she was going for a short hike on the Long Trail, a popular mountain path that passed near Glastenbury. Witnesses saw her walking along the road in her bright red jacket, cheerful, unafraid, and alone. But when she failed to return that evening, panic set in. Hundreds of searchers scoured the woods for weeks. Planes flew overhead, bloodhounds tracked her scent for miles, until it vanished, suddenly, inexplicably, near a sharp turn in the trail. Not a shred of clothing, not a footprint, not even her red jacket was ever found. Paula's disappearance made national headlines and even inspired the creation of the Vermont State Police. But despite thousands of leads, the forest kept its silence. 3 years later, the triangle struck again. In 1949, a veteran woodsman named James Tedford boarded a bus bound for Bennington after visiting his relatives. Multiple passengers confirmed he was seen sitting quietly in his seat just before the final stop. But when the bus pulled into Bennington, Tedford was gone. His belongings were still there: ticket, luggage, even an open timetable on his lap. He had simply vanished. No one ever saw him leave. No one ever saw him again. The same year, an 8-year-old boy named Paul Jepson disappeared while waiting in his mother's truck near the Glastenbury dump site. His mother was gone for less than an hour. When she returned, the boy was missing. His small footprints led into the woods, then stopped, as if he had been lifted off the ground. Search dogs traced his scent to the very same trail where Paula Weldon vanished 3 years earlier. The last known disappearance happened in October 1950. Frida Langer, a 53-year-old woman, was camping with her cousin near the Somerset Reservoir. She slipped while crossing a stream and decided to head back to camp to change her clothes. The path was short, less than half a mile, but Frida never arrived. Once again, search parties flooded the area. Over 400 people combed the mountain: soldiers, police, volunteers, day after day. For 6 months, nothing was found. Then, in May 1951, her body appeared in a clearing that had been thoroughly searched many times before. No one could explain how it got there. Her remains were too decomposed to determine a cause of death. And with that, the strange series of disappearances came to an end. But the legend of the Bennington Triangle had only just begun. Over the decades, countless theories have tried to explain the Bennington Triangle. Some blame the rugged terrain, hidden caves, sinkholes, and abandoned mine shafts that could swallow an unlucky traveler whole. Others suggest wild animals or even human predators, hermits or escaped convicts living in the forest. But many locals insist something deeper is at work. Indigenous Abenaki legends warn that Glastenbury Mountain was cursed. They believed it was home to a man-eating stone, a rock that could open up and swallow a person alive. In modern times, paranormal enthusiasts speak of magnetic anomalies that confuse compasses and distort sound. Some even claim the mountain acts as a portal, a gateway between dimensions, explaining why victims vanish without a trace. Witnesses over the years have reported strange lights hovering above the forest, low humming noises, and even time distortions. Hikers who claim they lost hours or found themselves miles from where they began. Skeptics dismiss these stories as coincidence, superstition, or simple misadventure. Yet no matter how rational the explanation, the unease remains. Even today, hikers who dare to explore the Bennington Triangle describe a sense of being watched. Compasses spin without reason. Radios and GPS signals fade in and out. Locals say that at night, lights still flicker in the fog, and sometimes if you listen closely, you can hear footsteps in the snow, though no one is there. Investigators and paranormal researchers continue to visit the area, searching for clues, but Glastenbury Mountain keeps its secrets. More than 70 years later, the forest remains largely untouched, as if frozen in time. And though hundreds of theories exist, not one can explain why 5 people vanished within 5 years, all within the same narrow stretch of wilderness. Maybe it was coincidence, maybe it was nature, or maybe something ancient still lives beneath those trees. Whatever the truth is, the Bennington Triangle remains one of America's most chilling and enduring unsolved mysteries. A reminder that even in a world mapped by satellites and science, there are still places where people can simply disappear, leaving nothing behind but questions. This is Minds of Mystery, and you've just entered the unknown. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the next mystery might be closer than you think.